since then, we have found tons more food on the properties.
It definitely looks very rough.
All right, let's get to work.
The plants are for sure happy. Not a bad view. There's fiberglass everywhere.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna call it and start cleaning.
Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. For better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails. Hold on tight, I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us. If we just hold on tight, this vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn. We are dreamers of the shore. 7 years now on this boat, and we all know where we belong. Just wait. If we just hold on tight, this vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn. Ooh, we are dreamers of the shore when we can't read the sky. We just sail with the wind that we've got, and when we're drowning in doubt, just keep on believing. We are dreamers of the shore.
Hey guys, I wanted to take a quick break and tell you about Anker's newest award-winning power station, the 767 Powerhouse. You know we love testing out the newest power stations on the market to bring you the most up-to-date information. That way you can make an educated decision for yourself. The 767 Powerhouse packs a 2,048 watt-hour LiFePO4 battery that they guarantee will last 3,000 charge cycles. That means if you used it every single day, it would last for over 10 years. It comes with 4 20 amp outlets, a 30 amp RV outlet, and plenty of USB ports to keep all of your devices charged. And with the built-in wheels and towing handle, you don't even have to carry it. There's a ton more features built in, so make sure you stay till the end of the video, where we'll go over everything and test it out. Thanks again to Anker for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it. I'm not sure if y'all remember, but we found a very large persimmon tree behind us last year, and we were super excited about it because obviously we have food growing on the property. Like, how could you not be excited and happy about that, right? Well, since then, we have found tons more food on the property, so let's go check everything out. pretty much every morning, part of my morning routine is to just walk along the property and look at all the food that we have growing. That way I can kind of keep track of it and make sure that we pick it at the right time and make sure the bugs aren't getting at it and stuff like that. So while I'm going out and looking at all the food that I know we have growing, I'll typically just kind of stroll a little bit and take my time and learn a couple new plants a day. That way I can know what all we have growing on the property. We were actually going up to show you some different food, but I saw this growing right here and I thought it looked like, what'd you say, babe, parsley? I thought it was like cilantro or parsley or something like that. I have this really cool app on my phone called Picture This, and you can just take a picture of any plant and it'll tell you pretty much exactly what it is most of the time. Like I said, we thought this was cilantro or something, so I checked it with the app. Man, we just found wild carrots. Like, I feel like every day we find some new kind of food growing. So we got some carrots here. And then for the next thing, I'm super excited because I'm a big fruit person. So once I found this, I could not contain my excitement. But we found grapes. Huge grapevine growing through all these trees right here. And as you can see, there's tons of fruit. It's just not quite big enough to eat yet. So once I found them, I trimmed back the cedar tree that they were growing on. That way they could get a little bit more sun. And then I actually started training them to grow along the fence line right here. And since it's a vine and they make thorns, it's actually kind of like making a natural fence to go along with the fence that we built. This isn't sponsored and the app is free, so I would highly recommend checking it out because it's been super helpful for me and super informative, and it's probably one of the easiest ways that I've found to be able to identify wild growing plants. Obviously nothing is ever 100% perfect, so always double check and do a little bit more research afterwards. But I'd say 99% of the time it's been completely accurate for me. And that's not the only grapevine. We've actually found multiple grapevines all over the property. This one actually used to be about 20 to 30 feet long, but I think it kind of died off a little bit over time, so this is what we have left of it now. I think we may pick up a trellis, that way we can give this one something to grow on and be able to stay healthy. And then for our next food, we found a wild plum tree. I honestly thought it might have been an olive tree at first because I have no idea what an olive tree would look like, and those kind of look like little olives to me. But after using the app, come to find out it's actually wild plum. And we found a handful of these plum trees over in this one little area right here. So we got a baby one growing right here, there's another adult one over there. They're kind of all over the place. And then we found enough blackberries that we could honestly be blackberry farmers. So here's a nice little bush of them right here. And then they're kind of just spread all over the place right here. It's over the entire property. Yeah, especially down by the creek. And here's another little grape. And then we have a ton of blackberry brambles right here too, but they're all first years, so they don't have any berries on them yet. And we could probably be garlic farmers too, because we have garlic growing like weeds all down along the creek.
Few days we have been working on getting drywall put back up. I will say it definitely looks very rough. Obviously that's going to happen when you're taking it off and then putting it back up. We kind of expected that. Whenever we start finishing the house, there's a tons of different things that we can do to repair that. Obviously a lot of mudding and spackling and taping and all of that good stuff, but I think we're going to shiplap a wall, put rock or some sort of brick on the other, so I don't think long term you're really going to be able to tell much of a difference. Most of the damage is in the kitchen, and that's blocked by cabinets, so I really think that it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's not near as bad as I expected it to be after we took it down.
I don't think it's going to be a problem long term, especially with being able to hide all of the little mistakes, but we're going to be working on the ceiling today because once we get the ceiling up, We can mud and tape and start painting, put in a pantry, and just do all these sorts of things that we've been really wanting to do for so long, but obviously we needed to save money. So let's go get a drywall hoist, put the insulation up, and get to it. It's gonna be a day, that's for sure.
Yep. But I kind of do everything in sections and insulate, then drywall, insulate, then drywall. That way we don't just have exposed insulation everywhere. But first, I want to go change because I'm not trying to get covered in fiberglass today. All right, let's get to work.
Well, I was about to go make dinner, but it started to pour.
It's definitely a light rain, but the plants are for sure happy.
Let's try this again. We definitely don't have a bunch of stuff, but I think I have everything to just make like a sausage and rice, broccoli, skillet type thing. All you need is sausage, broccoli, and rice. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. First thing, chop up an onion.
Not a bad view. Not a bad view at all. I personally like my sausage a little bit more on the crispy side, so we're just waiting for them to fry up a bit. Out in our broccoli. We're gonna do a cup of rice. Now we need to cover it and let it simmer, but unfortunately I don't have a pot lid. It is up in storage, so we're gonna have to use some foil. It's not perfect, but it'll do. It's pretty much done, but I'm going to add a layer of cheese on top and then let that melt. You could honestly just put it in the oven if you wanted to, but obviously I currently don't have access to an oven. I'm gonna add the top back on and then just let it sit so it can melt. Baby, come grab a plate. Good night, boys. Oh, it looks like we got a couple stragglers. It's okay.
Well, we got half of the house put back up. I changed back into my clothes after dinner because I thought I was going to do some more, but honestly, I'm wiped and the dogs are ready to come inside and I got to clean up everything, so...
There's fiberglass everywhere.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to call it and start cleaning and hit it first thing in the morning.
Yo, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning and I still have so much editing to do.
That's pretty much it. That is a full day in the life. Going to sleep, waking up tomorrow, and doing it all over again. But we will see you in the next one. Peace, love. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Bye. Alright, now let's go over the specs and features of Anker's newest portable power station, the 767 Powerhouse. To start off, it has a unibody design. It's impact resistant, drop proof, anti-UV, and flame retardant. The design is really sleek and user friendly, and the buttons are large and easy to find. And the screen provides you with tons of information. It's got a 2,400 watt inverter, 4 20 amp outlets, a 30 amp RV outlet, 2 car charging ports, 2 USB outlets, and 3 USB Type-C outlets. Anker also included their Hyper Flash technology, which allows it to charge from 0 to 80% in just an hour. But if you're not around shore power, you can also charge it with up to 1,000 watts of solar input, which is a lot compared to most portable power stations. And it even has an app on your phone so you can monitor charging, battery life, update firmware, adjust the charging speed, and even turn on SOS mode. One of the biggest issues that portable power stations that have this much power typically have is they're extremely heavy. But luckily, Anker had the consumer in mind. With added wheels along the bottom and an extendable handle, you don't have to be a bodybuilder to own one. Weighing in at just 67 pounds, it's one of the lightest portable power stations out there compared to how much battery capacity it has. And it even has built-in ambient lighting, making it perfect for camping. Now you can make a fresh pot of coffee on your next camping trip, bring your TV and your crock pot to your next tailgate, or even make margaritas out on the lake. The possibilities are only limited by your imagination. Alright, enough information. They say it'll power 99% of household appliances, so let's test that out. Usually you can't put two big things next to each other like that.
That is nice.
Alright, now let's see if we can make a pot of coffee while all of this stuff is charging. I don't know about y'all, but when I go camping, I don't want to wait 30 minutes for coffee in the morning. Waiting for water to boil in a percolator, I want coffee right when I wake up. So I like taking my coffee maker with me. Super hot outside, so I wasn't going to make a full pot of coffee, but I made 4 cups and it ran the coffee pot with no issues at all. But that's not really a big deal. Let's go try something bigger. Alright, now how about the coffee pot and the microwave? So coffee and microwave and charging everything at once, over 2,000 watts, and it did it with no issue. But now let's take it a step further and try the major household appliances. Alright, so it ran the coffee pot and the microwave just fine, and now it's even running the dishwasher and the refrigerator. It's safe to say there's a whole lot of power in this thing, and there's endless possibilities of what you can do with it. To find out how to get your very own, make sure you check the link in our description, and thanks again to Anker for sponsoring today's video.
Baby, don't you